A huge congratulations on being runner-up, and I'm a celeb, and the whole town has been behind you.
It really, really does mean a lot, and it means a lot to my family as well. So yeah, thank you. I'm a proud Burnley lad, and all my family are from there as well. So yeah, it means a lot to us. It still feels very surreal. It's not sunk in yet. My phone hasn't stopped, and so now I'm like excited and really looking forward to the future. But yeah, never in a million years did I think I'd get to the final, never mind come runner up. So I'm just happy and taking it as it comes. You know, it's no secret that's probably the least well-known celebrity going in there. You got like Shane Ritchie, Vernon Kay, Beverly Callard, these big names. So yeah, to be favourite and for people to think I was going to win, and people put bets on as well. It's like, just all you've got to do is be relatable. Just talk about things, funny things, daft things that happen to everybody every day. And I'm glad that it's come across like that on I'm a Celebrity as well. But it's nice that you say that. Just all I ever want to do is try and be relatable. I hope I never lose that. I love it now. I do. It takes a good 6 months to a year to get used to the life down here because it's completely different. It is like another world. But I still try and get home as much as I can. It's a bit of a myth that they're not as friendly down here, you know. Like where I live in North London, I know people that go in the pub and all the landlady, chat to her, and the guys in the local Indian restaurant that I go to most weeks, they're all lovely. I do love going back home, and it's just nice to have best of both worlds, peace and tranquility of Lancashire, although not in my house up north, and then the fun and the buzz in London and the great nightlife. One thing I miss the most, and you can ask any northerner this who's moved down to London, and it just sparks an instant debate, is I do love London. I think it's the best city in the world, but the water here is crap. It's honest, the drink, like I can't drink the water here. When you shower, it gives you dry skin. When I go up north, the first thing I do is pour myself a tap of water. Listen, a lot of people have questioned my authenticity of being from Burnley. My dad was in the army, you see, so we moved around a lot. All my family live in Burnley, all my cousins are there, and I used to come in the summer holidays, wherever we lived. If we lived in Northern Ireland, we lived in Germany, we always used to come up and stay at my grandma's, and I lived at Allside for a bit. I went to St James's Primary School. Going on Thompson's Park, memories going to turf, obviously watching the Clarets play, some memories better than others there, going out in town, going in smacks and having a great night. It's a proper good club. I used to love a Sunday afternoon on the Culvert, going in Miners and 110 Club, around there, because that's where my grandma goes every Sunday. So I'd probably start in Miners because it's cheap.
Yeah.
A couple of Benny
Good
bombs.
deal. Yeah.
A couple of Benny bombs in there. Then I'd head into town. I'm not bothered where we go in town, go anywhere. I can't wait for all this to be over. Go out with my brothers and my cousins and my sister-in-law and just have a proper good night, smacked. Yeah. We last time we were in there were last season's end of year players party. So there was me and Ben Mee and a few other players in there dancing. And never in a million years did I think I'd be dancing away to some old indie tune with the Burnley captain. It's just fantastic. Going round to my grandma's as well. I won't tell you where she lives because she'll go mad. As soon as I went round, she went, "Are you hungry?" I was like, "Yeah, I've just had my breakfast," but she still made me a butty anyway. 2 milk roll butties in a club, or was it a Rocky biscuit I had, and a cup of tea. So going to see my brother, my nephews as well, having a kick about with them on Front Street at Pendle Hill. I loved going up Pendle Hill. I know I talk about turf being that place, but we're going Talbot before, And that I always love the Guinness in there, a couple of hours before the game. It's the Saturday for me. It's getting the train up from London. It's meeting my cousins at 12 o'clock and my brothers in the pub. My grandma meets us in pub an hour before we go to turf and brings us a pie from Oddies or Hafner's. I know, it's a great day. And then if we've won and you've got to get that train back down to London, it's great. Oddies, I really miss an Oddies. And sometimes my grandma sends me back down with an Oddies, with an Oddies hamper, if you will. But we've got to give Hafner's a shout as well, because they do a great pie. And I pop in there when I get into town. I'd have to say Miners Club as well. It's just a big part of Burnley. Russell Watson was in there. And he was like, "Oh, I used to do Miners Club upstairs, before he hit the big time." Probably go for Parkview Chippy as well. Club shop, I've got to go every time. Oh, I'll say club shop. Every time I go to Burnley, I have to buy something from club shop. And your fella who sells badges outside turf on match day. And I was told by Anna Deccan, one of the producers of the show, that the club had made some Happy Place t-shirts, and at the time it was over £20,000. So I just started crying. I was like, this isn't real. And the fact that they mentioned Pendleside Hospice, it's like, Pendleside, we all know the great work in Burnley, and it's just a small charity and a small hospice that means a lot to me, because it's looked after me Auntie Susan and my Uncle Gwyn before they both died. The fact that people have invested and bought these t-shirts and they've never been to Burnley. Yeah, for it to turn into a thing and for the club to get behind it and raise money for Burnley Community Kitchen and Pendleside Hospice, just like amazing. And it feels like some proper good has come out of me doing this show. Well, I got in a lift yesterday for the first time. So I get in glass lifts, and it was the longest 30 seconds of my life. But small steps. I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to go to New York. I mentioned that a few times in there. It's just, this show has given me a new lease of life. I've lived the past 30 years in this little safe, comfortable lane, and I don't like to dip my toe into other waters. And now I'm going to, so, I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to travel more. And I'm just going to say yes to everything, any opportunities. Like, sometimes I'd turn a lot of work down if it was out of my comfort zone, but now I'm just going to be like, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to do it. What have you got to lose? You can get in a vault full of vipers.
Exactly.
You can get in a one-man tomb, whatever it was, that last, what did they call it now? Iron Maiden trial with 50 snakes. So you can do that. Yeah, people have said to me, have you got over your fear of snakes now? No, God, no. I feel like I've got a bit braver, but no, I've not got over my fear of snakes or enclosed spaces, but I'm getting there. Just want to say thank you to everyone who has got behind me in the town. People say you've represented Burnley. You guys have represented and shown what a great and caring, compassionate and funny town we are. We've got a great sense of humour, and we get a bit of stick sometimes, does Burnley, and we've proved that we're a tight-knit community, and we've got a great football team here. And thank you for everything, for getting behind me in the castle, and for all the love to my family as well, and big up all the Norths and all the family that are watching. I can't wait to get back home and see everyone at Christmas. I cannot wait, and I'll be there with bells on.